What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our goalie career. Today we got a matchup at home against the Tampa Bay Lightnings, and I was having a quick peek at the standings, and the Lightning are actually second place in the entire league, only behind us, the Vegas Golden Knights. So it's literally a battle of the two best teams in this season. Go head-to-head tonight at the T-Mobile Arena, and it should be a really tough test. I mean, we've not been playing. I would say as a team, it's been kind of disappointing since the trade deadline. You know, we've gone into that milestone of the season in a very good fine form. A lot of really good things offensively, some pretty solid defense, as well as goaltending that has been really solid. But the last few games, things have started to slip. Now, I know we're getting deeper into the season. Fatigue is starting to settle in, and believe it or not, there is fatigue based on how many games that the AI have played. It takes longer for their stamina bars to recharge. It's not been the greatest. The last video ended in kind of heartbreak. We played out of our minds, and it was probably one of the worst defensive collapses I've seen from everybody on the ice for the Vegas Golden Knights. So we definitely have to clean up some things. For myself, like I said, this is probably the best test we're going to get between now and the playoffs to really fine-tune our game, make sure we're not letting in those garbage goals that were it's kind of been plaguing us a lot in the last few videos, you know, playing really well and then giving up a bad goal, which gets the momentum generated for the other team. We got to clean that up. So perfect test for us here. You're going to see the two records, 44-19-6 compared to 46-16-7. Very, very close teams, very close records. I think these two teams mirror each other perfectly, and we'll put that to the test tonight as the Golden Knights take on the Lightning here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the T-Mobile Arena. The faithful are cheering on their boys to see if they can hold on to this season-long first place setting. We've been there pretty much since the first month ended. We have not wavered, but there are teams closing the gap and still lots to play for, including the conference champions and the first overall playoff seed. Guentzel now loses that puck, and we're underway here as iCUE sets forward into the Tampa Bay Lightning zone. He's pushed off and back to Mark Stone. So this is the second half of back-to-back for, I believe, both teams. It is Jonas Johansson being tested here early, and it's going to be Alex Pietrangelo finding a lane, getting the reward after a really good passing sequence. And within the first minute basically, for the first time in a long time, the Golden Knights have scored extremely early, and it's just a great passing play, a lot of traffic in front. Johansson is deep in his crease, unable to stretch out and make that save. And for Pietrangelo, getting involved offensively, you love to see that. And I actually just noticed that Mark Stone is back on the ice. So big injury. We've been missing him for about 5 or 6 games now. Seems good enough to go in this one. I don't think he played in last night's first half of the back-to-back. So good to see Mark Stone back on the ice, and his top line already getting involved. Some great passing sequences. And on the first shot of the game, Pietrangelo makes no mistake and nets an early lead. Two bodies onto Braden Point. You can see the lethalness, if that's even a word, of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, you got Kucherov, Point, and Guentzel, who are all near the top of the league in points. I believe Braden Point is actually first in assists, if not second. So we know what they're capable of. Having an early goal like that, is Pietrangelo had eyes for his second one. We know the importance of getting off to a hot start, especially when our second and third periods have really shown some wear and tear and fatigue late in the season. Jack Eichel now fires it on, and Johansson will make his first save of the game. Kucherov now back in one-on-one. White Cloud losing that, or winning that battle, getting it forward. So yeah, that with Stone back in the lineup, that gives these top two lines, you know, a couple more weeks to really gel and find some chemistry. It was only a few games before he got injured where we were able to see them go to work, and it was showing some really good early signs of some extreme chemistry building up. And the Golden Knights players, I mean, we're on for a season where there's about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 guys who can get to 30 goals by the end of the season. But this man is already there as another power move at the blue line. And it's going to be Alexander Holtz making this a 2-0 hockey game with his 34th of the season. What a play. Patience again. And that is Hanifin joining down low. Johansson flopping around like a goldfish. And what patience and what effort by what an angle. That's unbelievable, actually. As Alexander Holtz now 34 on the season. Like I said, not needing 30 goals. He's already there, but you got guys like Barbashev and Carlson and and Hurdle all breathing down that 30 number. And what an effort here by the second line now. And this is a start made in heaven. You got two, like I said, two teams that are both so offensively heavy, getting off to a 2-0 lead early, especially in a game where you're going to expect that Tampa finds some goal scoring of their own. It bodes very, very well for everybody on the ice. Some great blocks coming out of the defensive unit of Hanifin and Whitecloud as well. Hagel back in, he'll wind up, and we'll make our second save at the 13:30 mark in the first period. I think these two teams do mirror each other pretty remarkably, at least in this game. Now, I think Tampa is struggling in the real world and they haven't really found their footing. But when you look at the two teams in this game, you got back end of Vasilevsky and Johansson, very similar to how myself and Aiden Hill are performing this year. Close call in front there. They got some okay defensemen, and I say that about our guys as well. Both teams very offensive focused when it comes to their top two D pairings. I think Captain Victor Hedman for Tampa is probably a little bit better defensively than our top two pairings. But then you got a, top 6, maybe even top 9 for both teams that are just scoring at such an unbelievable pace. You got Jack Eichel, who I believe is still in the league lead for points this season, but you got Kucherov only a few behind him. Braden Point, who is kind of tied up there with Mark Stone. It's just a beautiful offensive team for both these guys. So it should be a fun, exciting game. We're about 10 minutes in, and so far it's been mostly the Vegas Golden Knights, but you got to think that as the night progresses, Tampa being on the second half of the back-to-back as well, they'll find their leggings and they'll get some really good chances the more our team starts to fatigue. Chernak looks for that shot off a win by Braden Point, and another excellent win as the third line on against the top line for Tampa. A mismatch here. The coach putting some faith into Nicholas Waugh, Dorofeyev, and Keegan Colasar, but we'll have to see how they respond. Dorofeyev now tries to get that puck back into the center ice, and it goes wide for Genslav, who takes a monster hit by Waugh, and a good little play. But Dorofeyev pushed down before he can really either make a shot or make a pass, one of the two. This is the big hit on Gensel. And I actually, after this game, I want to have a quick peek at the season stats, because a lot of talk about Gensel went into this season, and I'm not quite sure it's worked out for the real Tampa Bay Lightnings, but in this game, I gotta think he's near the top of the league, playing alongside Kucherov and Braden Point, who are both having phenomenal years as well. Cam Atkinson, he'll skate this one down through the neutral zone, pass back in front, and Hagel with the shot on net. 6 shots now for Tampa Bay as they're slowly but surely getting their feet moving. Colasar under pressure there by Chernak, who gets it down along the half boards for Cam Atkinson. Cuts back to the middle, loses the puck, and now Paul working hard one-on-one against Noah Hanifin, but the man in gold will win that one. Eichel, he's pushed along the boards, just decides to fire that one down and will allow Dorofeyev, who's staying out late, to make a play. It's a great play in the corner. Whitecloud back to Hanifin, and a pretty easy save for the large body of Jonas Johansson. Is it Jonas Johansson or Jonas Johansson, or is it a combo? Does he silence both letters or just one? Face off now by Jack Eichel. I also want to just take a second here, guys, to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love this year. We're approaching the holiday season. As we get closer to Christmas, there will be a less videos published while I take a much needed vacation. But we are approaching that 2,000 marker, and there's still lots of time to get there. I think we're about 230 subscriptions away. Guys, it's completely free. There's 90% of you guys watching these videos that haven't clicked that button. Make sure you smash it. We're trying to get to that number. It's been a fantastic year, and we're just getting started. There's a ton of things we're planning for the new year. So make sure you Make sure you smash that sub button and join a really fun, growing community. Hanifin now back. Loses that, and Braden Point. Oh, I thought it was a breakaway for a moment, but it was actually a line change. Carlson getting back to make sure that wasn't a breakaway for a very dangerous Braden Point. And now Alexander Holtz will skate this one through the neutral zone, gives it back to Whitecloud, who spots Hurdle. Now Vegas back into the the offensive zone, but a great play by Chernak, who has looked very effective here on the blue line for Tampa Bay, and a loose puck in front, unable to corral that, and a big save in front as that puck squirted absolutely in a golden spot for Jake Gensel, and we will make a massive save here, as we'll have a quick peek at this because I don't think we'll get the opportunity after the whistle. What a play here. It was a hard shot once again by Braden Point, unable to corral that. Oh my, he didn't get, did he get poked? Oh, it was White Cloud's stick who actually steers it towards the front of the net, and we make a big save. Look at the tracking. You can just see that all the way. Finally, Carlson coming down to help out. But it was actually White Cloud who got his stick in the passing lane. Yes, it veered towards the front of the net, but he took a lot of juice off that one as Gensel was alone in front looking for that one-timer like shot. Fourth line stepping on here for Vegas. You got Howden winning the faceoff, and I mean, that does not look good for Mark Stone if you got a fourth line coming on and winning the faceoff when you're struggling all season long to win faceoffs. Mind you, he's going against, I believe, Tampa's third line, so much different centerman compared to Braden Point. As Icymont now challenging Pietrangelo, a turnover in front, and oh my gosh, what's happening? I can't stop my guy. Oh my gosh, my guy would not stop moving, and thankfully, a bit of a whiff play by this third line for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and oh my gosh, I feel like I was actually on skates, and I know that sounds stupid because I'm quite literally on skates, but I felt like my pads had skates on them as we could not stop moving in the net, and I wasn't even doing that intentionally. We go across as it was looking like he could do the backhand. He throws it right into us. He had the entire net. And that just caused chaos as a bat down in front, loose puck, and we finally scramble to make that save, but moving left, right. I don't know who put peanut butter or put, margarine butter onto our pads, but my lord, were we slippery there. Sometimes I feel like you get stuck in this animation where you can't actually get out of it. And I felt like I was literally on rollerblades there, just cannot stop moving in the crease, and very close calls there for Tampa Bay, but thankfully we're able to scave that off. I believe that was Icymont who just threw that completely back into us. I have no ideas. There you go. There's Johansson, who's also scrambling in net, and the puck almost finding its way into the back of the net. Pietrangelo up front to Eichel. First line back on the ice in the last 2 minutes of this first period. Vegas continuing to lead 2-0. Some good shots in front and a lot of blocks coming out of this Moser and Chernak combo. Chernak now down the half boards towards Jake Gensel. Gensel in a Vegas territory, and a big save off the stick of Nikita Kucherov. And he gets that one-timer off in a hurry. We saw him in the corner of the eye, and we get across to make sure he's not able to bury that one, and Eichel with a hard shot. That's corralled up into the crowd. Another close call here for this top line. 12 shots now for Tampa Bay. 8-3, so some good face-offs, at least in this game. Like I said, we've kind of been struggling for most of the season, but you love when the numbers are in your favor. Chernak now. Chernak back, gets it up to Paul. Paul across to Atkinson. Atkinson, he gets a shot on net and will make a hard save, is unable to really corral that rebound in a position that we were looking for. But it goes in a, like, what is my guy? Did you see the animations of my guy? Man, the hug post is still completely broken. Barbashev across, gives that pass up. Hanifin at the last second can't turn his body to get a shot on net. And we will head to the second period of this hockey game, up 2-0. You love to see that. There are some desperation moments. A big hit by Pietrangelo to boot. It's been a fun one. There's still lots of hockey left. Nobody's safe yet. All right, Jack Eichel in to take the face-off here to start the second period against Braden Point. He wins that cleanly. Pietrangelo now up for Barbashev. Barbashev to the center of the ice, tries to backdoor pass, and it's Mark Stone. It was picked off, but he does a good job with his body. All right, face-off once again. Eichel, Point. And it's going to be Moser who steers this one free. Moser up to Nikita Kucherov. Finds Braden Point, who spots Gensel. Gensel pushed down, and Eichel will steer it the other way. Jack Eichel in across. Back to Stone. And Eichel momentarily had a look, but he decides to hold on, gets it back to Barbashev. Now Pietrangelo across to Shea Theodore. He's pushed out of the offensive zone, and Vegas will be forced to regroup. Nikita Kucherov back to Chernak. Braden Point on fresh ice with a big wrist shot, gets his own rebound, and a couple of looks at the side of the net, and we're going to have to come up and make some massive saves here. We actually have a delayed penalty for Tampa Bay, as we will do our best to hustle down the ice. And once again, top speed is just so comically bad, as we look like we're accelerating quickly out of the crease, and then we just slow down to John Tavares-like speed and unable to get to the bench. It's just a bad play there by Kucherov. The puck was already going the other way. He tries to stick lift to keep that in a dangerous spot for the Tampa Bay Lightning. It gets a stick into the hands of Shea Theodore, and he'll be called 2-4 slashing, as this power play that has seen a lot of improvement here lately goes back to work for the Vegas Golden Knights. And it's going to be Cirelli who wins that one. Holtz trying to get down low, completely freezes up, controller disconnecting. And now Pietrangelo back in the neutral spot. Will regroup, sending it over to Nicholas Waugh, so second unit on the ice. Waugh keeps it in over to Barbashev. A weak shot on net as it was partially blocked. And Radish will send this one down as he gets into Vegas territory and actually gets a shorthanded opportunity. Not a lot of pressure coming out of Pietrangelo to take that shot away from him. Barbashev now across to Holtz. Holtz tries to go upstairs, and Johansson will make a really nice save. Jack Eichel taking the faceoff once again. He's been busy in this game. First unit now on. He wins it cleanly. Waugh playing that point. Gets it back to Pietrangelo, and a shot blocked in front. All the way down the ice, and a great clear for the Tampa Bay Lightning's defensive core. And Pietrangelo will skate forward now up to Stone. Carlson in, looking to set up. He turns away. Carlson tries to sear that one on, and it goes back to Eichel as the goaltender struggled to find that. Full pressure. Can we keep this in the... No, it's going to be Isimont over to Cirelli. And Cirelli is probably just going to go for skate, dump it down as expected. And we're only 40 seconds left here in the power play. Mark Stone. Up forward. Back across to Carlson. Eichel returning it for Stone. He's under pressure once again by Chernak. I got to say, Chernak has looked excellent in this game. He's blocked a number of shots. He's got into shooting lanes. He's taken the puck away and found his offensive team for the majority of this game so far. Not a lot going for this power play, kind of sluggish. It's been our first power play in a very long time. It's going to be Barbashev taking the face off. I don't like this second unit, if I'm being honest. It kind of seems like they're just throwing a mishmash of players together. We'll see if they can do anything in the dying seconds. Barbashev under pressure once again by Chernak. Dorofeyev in to help him out. Back to Hurdle, but the Tampa players out of the box. Kucherov back into the fray. Shea Theodore with a hot shot, glove side, and another big save by the netminder. Kucherov fresh out of the penalty box. Down low, tries to go cross crease, but it's picked off. Now Dorofeyev the other way. He's hit down to the ice, and Barbashev tries to help him out. We still have Hurdle playing defense. That's one issue that I feel like EA doesn't understand, is when the penalty ends, you got to make a line shift, even if they're not exhausted, because there's no way Hurdle would ever play the point past Kucherov walking out of the box. So I really hate that they don't make a line change and get back to our normal line pairings. But it is what it is. As Barbashev back in front, and some good poke checks now. And Johansson forced to make another big save as we just about even up the shot count. 17-60 in favor of Tampa, but Vegas leading this one 2-0. You can see the season stats, 16-8 for Jonas Johansson. So he's been relied upon quite a few times, similar to myself. And both goaltenders proving why they are excellent backup goaltenders in this league. As Shea Theodore with another hard shot. And now the shot total is evened up, and a big save once again. Atkinson down low, looking for the pass in front. He gets it to Glendening, and he'll fire that one on. Is that actually Glendening? Did I read that right? I had no idea if he was playing on this team. Thomas Hurdle now. He's pumped off the puck for momentarily, and Moser back to Kucherov. Kucherov over to Braden Point, who sends it cross ice to Jake Gensel. Gensel down low against two Vegas players, and the Vegas team will come back with the puck. Theodore. Shea Theodore under pressure, backhands it out of the zone, and it finds Carlson. William Carlson in. Stops, tries to feed his teammate Alexander Holtz, but it's picked off, and now Kucherov back towards Vegas zone. Glendening down low, looking for that front net pass that they just so love to use. Stone, he's pushed off the puck. 10 minutes left in the second period. Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov back in front, Gensel, and I have no idea how my guy even remotely whiffed on that shot. But once again, one-timers, quick shots off are very, very bad in this game, as Gensel's going to get his 30th of the season, so that gives you a glimpse of how well he's been. And man, they gotta tune down these quick shots. Like, that is a horrible, like, my guy is in perfect position, and he just quite literally waves over this thing. Okay, maybe not perfect position, and Shea Theodore did bump us. That's the second game in a row. Theodore's big butt is bumping me off while trying to make a save. But even still, like, that's a fluffy, slow shooting backhand. But just because he does it off of one, I don't want to say one-timer because it's not a slap shot, but a quick passing play that leads to the shot. I don't know. It just seems like those types are just way too powerful. But it's a goal nonetheless. It's a 2-1 goal. And now Vegas forced to try and put some bite back in, as this Tampa defensive core has absolutely shut the door in the last 10 minutes of this period. Sorelli with a hard shot on net. We make sure we stand up and make that easy save. No rebound to have. 19-17 are the shots. 8:37 left in the second period. And there's the on-ice graphic to support that these are the two best teams, at least in our first season in the National Hockey League. As once again, a winger coming to support Jack Eichel. He ties up his man, and it goes forward. Whitecloud back to Barbashev. And it was a nice shot attempt there and a bigger save. Sorelli, he'll corral it down the zone. Now Connor Sheary. And our goalie didn't even see that either. And I feel like our vision has been a very big problem lately. Like, thankfully, that was just a positional save. Being in the right spot, it hits our arm. But I've seen the goalie animation from our guy not react to a number of shots in this game, and that's a little worrisome considering we've spent a number of training hours putting points into that vision category to avoid situations exactly like this. But fighting to see the puck here as fatigue probably settling in. 7 minutes left in the second on the second half of a back-to-back. Remember, the boys got a big win in Detroit in the last one. Full pressure now as Pietrangelo skates fast to keep that puck down low. Nick Paul up to Cam Atkinson. Atkinson, he'll use his speed to clear this full pressure and work the other way. Cam Atkinson with a hard shot on net, and we'll just save this one. Make sure there's no garbage rebound with two Tampa Bay Lightning players right on our doorstep. Face off to our left. Third line here against the top line for Tampa. So coach is putting trust in the third line guys as a shot blocked in front and just wide. I mean, this third line's been good. I don't know if they've been playing against Kucherov good, but we'll see what they're capable of. As Kucherov now with the puck, he'll skate it further in and will enter territory for the Vegas Golden Knights. Gensel back in the corner, back in front, and a weird little tip. We easily spot that one. Shea Theodore, he loses his battle. Cernak tries to give it down low to Nikita Kucherov. I don't see Victor Hedman in this game. I wonder if he's injured, because there definitely was no trade that I saw that was Victor Hedman, but he should be on the ice a lot more if he is. So either injury or maybe he's just gone. I don't think he is. I got to think Victor Hedman's likely injured. Braden Point to Shea Theodore. I mean, we've dealt with it our own captain, Mark Stone, was injured for about 5 or 6 games. He now has the puck going one-on-one with Moser, and a great job by the defenseman. Barbashev there to help out. He takes away the loose puck. Hanifin winds up and is blocked down deep into the corner. Moser once again pinned along the board. Whitecloud in front to Barbashev. And another big glove save by the large goaltender. It is crazy to me just how similar these two teams are. Like, watching them play and figuring out their strategies and their structure, it almost looks like their AI is doing exactly what our AI for the Vegas Golden Knights are doing. And that I know that sounds silly because it's all AI and they probably all share very similar strategies, but we've seen other teams use vastly different strategies. So it's kind of cool to see a team that's in second place right behind us, who's in first place, using very similar strategies and getting it done offensively. Mark Stone now tries to take that one back low. Yamamoto up to Nick Paul. Paul crisscrossing with Hagel. He finds Vegas space, jumps to the middle, and another good effort by Noah Hannafin, but a giveaway in front. And those are the giveaways that you just roll your eyes to. There's no need for throwing that puck back in the center ice when your guy's turning around, headed back towards the neutral zone. You just can't have that kind of turnover. Thankfully, we're aware of it quickly and make a big save. White Cloud poke checked away from Noah Hannafin, and White Cloud will be the one to regroup for Vegas. Over across to Barbashev. 35 seconds left here as Barbashev goes for a ride along the top part of that half board. A little slow to get up. Thankfully, he looks okay. Carlson will replace him on the ice. Mark Stone now working hard. Nearly a giveaway, but some good movement in front of the net. And I think that's going to be just about it here for the second period, as we'll get set for a game-deciding third period. 20 minutes of regulation is all that remains. Vegas still holding that 2-1 lead. It wasn't the worst period, but that's the goal right there. The more I look at it, that's just Shea Theodore bumping into us and taking away any chance. That's the shot right there that I was looking at. Having that shot just hit our arm and not even reacting to it, that's very concerning. So even though our vision has gone up there, I think the overall stat is like 84 for vision or something like that. I think we're going to have to put a lot more time into developing that, because unlike previous games, NHL 24, for example, you could develop your vision very quickly. It's a lot slower in this year's game, and it seems like vision is quite literally the biggest impact. Now, again, might sound obvious. You got to see the puck to make the save. But I would think that an 80-something overall would be good enough to see the majority of these, pretty straightforward shots coming from the point. And it just doesn't seem like our goaltender has a beat on them just yet, as Moser under pressure there by Mark Stone. Gets it forward to Gensel. He loses the puck, and Eichel's back to support. Mark Stone, a step offside there, will have to set back up for a draw just outside the Tampa Bay Lightning zone. All right. Jack Eichel now. He'll kick this one back. Sorry, that's Braden Point kicking this one back. It was not the Vegas player, but Mark Stone with a nice job at the blue line will strip that away, and he has numbers the other way as Barbashev receives a cross-ice pass by Jack Eichel, and another big save by the Tampa Bay Lightning goaltender, Johansson. Some good goaltending display here once again from both us as well as the other team. I'm actually really impressed with some of the backup goaltenders in this game. It seems like even in some matchups where the team's struggling, you look at the backup numbers and they're sometimes better than the starters, and you wonder why they don't get more starts than they have. But I got to think with a record where they're second in the league, Vasilevsky is doing just as well, similar to how Aiden Hill is. It's not that we're not being used or not trusted, as Holtz will get called for slashing here. First penalty in a long time for the Vegas Golden Knights. He loses this puck. Is that the slash? Oh my word, that is baloney. And you can see him not happy. He goes to he goes to dance around the Tampa Bay Lightning defenseman. He gets pushed around and he's just bringing his stick back to the front of him. And the other player goes for a hit. It hits his arms and you're saying that's a slash? It wasn't even a slashing moment. So a bit of, look, I'm all down for getting more penalties called against us because it's been very far and few in between. But that seems like a bit of a robbery and a bit of a game-swinging decision by that. Oh, that's a bad one. That is a bad one. We'll just have to kill it off. We've been good penalty killing all year. Sorelli now working in. Nick Paul stripped of the puck. Now Pietrangelo, shorthanded, has a step. But he decides to try and feed it across. It goes into the skates of Hagel and back the other way. Gensel now on the ice. Polisar doing a great job. 1 minute killed of this power play. And Pietrangelo giving that puck away. We got to get rid of these cross-ice passes when there's players in front. That's even a dangerous one. We're on the penalty kill, boys. Let's not try and do too much fancy stuff. Wow, with a good opportunity there. And it's steered into the corner. Kucherov back to Gensel. Jake Gensel loses that puck to Hannafin. And for a power play that I'm sure has been very good all year, this is a very poor display for the Tampa Bay Lightning, just not making smart decisions with the puck. Hannafin now, he'll get that one up to Wah. Wah on the last legs of his shift. He'll go for a skate. 19 seconds left in this power play as Moser turns it over. Walks it up and sends Gensel back to Kucherov. Braden Point, he goes for a change of direction on that shot, and we read that one perfectly. Now Kucherov trying to work in front of the net, and we steer that one into the corner. Howden on the ice, a fourth line coming in, or maybe a mixed line at the end of a power play. We're able to kill off that one, and now Sheary back in. Connor Sheary with a shot low. Full pressure now for Tampa at the end of a power play. And another big save on Sheary. Come on, boys, work harder. Thomas Hertl, he'll get this one up to Alexander Holtz. Holtz across to Hutton. A shot from Holtz and a big save by Johansson. It was Hutton filling in for the defensive core, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he is our third line pairing. I could be mistaken. Yeah, he is. He's playing. You can see number 17 at the bottom of your screen. I believe it's Ben Hutton playing alongside Hag. So a couple of tired bodies after that penalty kill. We're getting a look at our third line pairing. Not often it happens. They've been pretty good when they have been on the ice. Hagel, one-on-one with Hutton, and he gives that puck over. Does a great job there to steer that puck away. Bodies flying all over the ice. A little bit of a dance around the front of the benches there. Hag in front to Barbashev, who rings it off the post. What an effort. Gets it in behind Johansson. And it's corralled off the post and dumped down to safety here for the Tampa Bay Lightning as Hutton regroups. Sends it forward for Barbashev, who spots Mark Stone. Stone, he's shrugged off the puck by Nick Paul, and now Atkinson will regroup. Back into Vegas territory, goes around and gets pinned to the ice. Couple big plays here by Hag and Hutton. Where is this puck? Oh my gosh. Why did my guy not grab it? Oh my goodness, desperation moments in front of the Vegas goaltender as I was spamming triangle on my controller and just couldn't seem to cover up that puck. Whew, it's a pretty good game. These are fun games, man. Offensive powerhouse against offensive powerhouse. But when they meet, it seems to be that the goaltenders and the defense just go to work and make sure that it's just not a shooting gallery. It's been a fun one so far. Still 10 minutes left to decide. Chernak down low, gets it up to Gensel. We really have not had a lot of short passes to find some open ice in the offensive zone. We got to clean this up just a bit. Holtz now. Back across. Sees Pietrangelo hop onto the ice. He loses the puck as well. Gensel fighting off the forecheck of William Karlsson and gets it over now. Kucherov back for Gensel. Jake Gensel with a burst of speed finds Braden Point. Braden Point cuts to the middle, and Shea Theodore will take his positioning away. Pietrangelo down low. William Karlsson back to help. Holtz again with this stupid little turn along the boards. That is how goals happen. You cannot hesitate to get the puck out. If you do, it's likely a goal. As Chernak will flip this one on net. It goes wide. Karlsson now under pressure once again, and another good shift by Tampa. Chernak tries to get it down low. Theodore will read that one, and Holtz now will skate it into Tampa Bay Lightning. He loses the puck again, and I really hate to call out the boys because it's been such a fantastic season, but we were very disappointed with the effort in the third period last game, and it seems like the tendencies just continue in this one as Stone. And oh my gosh, what a diving play to try and get that puck back on net. And we have full pressure here. Stone and Eichel doing everything they can to put some pressure back onto the Tampa Bay Lightning. And a diving play by Mark Stone nearly finds its way to the back of the net as Radish will come in with a far shot. We easily see that one. And the top line will go back to work. Barbashev now in for Jack Eichel. Eichel across to Mark Stone, who I gotta say has looked pretty good since coming back from injury. He's had a step to his game. He's been physical. Hasn't worked out its way out to find the back of the net, but he's looked pretty good in this one with 5:30 left in the third and final period. Hagel stops up for Radish. We read that one the entire way. No sticks bobbing that one down, and we'll hang on. All right, here we go. Face off now to our right, third line back on the ice against, it looks for once like, oh, it might be the second line for Tampa. I forgot Atkinson, I think, is on that second line. Olasar working his way forward, loses that puck to Moser, who does a great move in the corner to steer away from the checking Keegan Colasar. Across ice to Cam Atkinson. He stops, looks for a man. Chernak under pressure, but gets it across to Hagel, who's filling in. Chernak, block shots everywhere. And Waugh might have a step. He looks a little gassed, but he's skating as fast as he can and tries to go upstairs. And Johansson turns that one away. Big hit along the ice once more. 49 to 56 are the hits in this game. Again, numbers are always usually a little skewed just because we're playing out the game, whereas the AI simulations of other games don't typically have that high of numbers. But it's good to see that we're matching the intensity coming from the Tampa Bay Lightnings, as now Hagel will work his way forward. A little bit of a sluggish follow there by the Vegas Golden Knights, but we'll hang on for our 31st save of this game. 32 shots now compared to 34. Both goaltenders very effective, very involved in this game again. It'll be Eichel lining up once more against Braden Point. Braden Point has been so good in the face-off dot. A one-timer from the point. We get in perfect position. Steer that one into the corner. Now Hannafin will work this one forward. Hannafin joining the rush, clearing that full pressure. A shot, maybe a bit of a rebound attempt by Barbashev in the corner. And another easy save by Johansson, who's up to 33 saves himself. Come on, Hurdle. We got to start seeing some faceoffs. We've been pretty good all game. Now's not the time to waste opportunities. And he doesn't, as we have full pressure thanks to that faceoff win. And Johansson will grab that very fluffy shot from Pietrangelo. Come on, boys. The cha-cha slide getting the crowd back into this one. They're all sitting down, but you can hear their voices as Chance the Gila Monster trying to get the support they need. Atkinson now. He skates this one and will alleviate that full pressure. Gets it down low. Cam Atkinson back in front. Radish, a tip, and it goes wide. Herbix now down low. Challenged by Vegas. And another in front of the net pass that always makes me a little nervous. I really do not like to see that play come from behind the net is Holtz now. And I gotta say, yeah, he let in 2 goals early. But man, Jonas Johansson has been absolutely dialed in since the early stages of the first period. Not letting anything, not just forget about goals. He's not even allowing any rebounds at the moment. The man has been a rock for this Tampa team. And Pietrangelo will wind up in another save. It kind of trickles up his body. He finds it and holds on. 1 minute and 12 seconds left in this third period. 2-1 is the score for the Vegas Golden Knights. Now the fans are getting up on their feet. Maybe, sort of, one person right behind the goalie. It's kind of interesting. There's 3 guys sitting in the middle of the stairs behind there. Don't know if I've ever noticed that before. Braden Point gets it up to Chernak. Chernak in. Goes for the cross seam pass and a great stick by Pietrangelo to break that one up. William Karlsson back in. Over to Hurdle. Hurdle goes for the snipe. And another stretch out big save for Jonas Johansson. 40-shot marker coming up for Vegas. Face-off here late in the game. Braden Point against Thomas Hurdle. And Braden Point been so good in that center position. Wins that one cleanly, and now he sets forward. Empty net the other end of the ice. Holtz now over to Pietrangelo. Possession change. Can we work it forward to find an empty net goal? Shea Theodore across to Hurdle, and Hurdle will make no mistake, but Shea Theodore, give the man all the credit. Finds time and space, works hard, gets it across to Thomas Hurdle alone at the blue line, and he'll fire that one in. Not much of a reaction here late, but 24 goals now on the season, and you can just see this effort, getting 3 or 4 Tampa players pulled towards him, and then not able to get in front of that shot, as Hurdle will pop this one, making it 3-1. Within the last 30 seconds. You love to see it. There's Jack Eichel's at 95. He still has 14 games left or something. It's actually not as high as I thought it would be, if I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I've seen some clips online of people simming Be a Pros and people are ending with 200 points. It's not the case in ours, which I'm actually glad about, because I would hate if our very first season NHL records are broken left, right, and center. So I'm actually a fan of it being more realistic. And Eichel right now is 2 points away from 100. He should easily get there. Back in front. I don't even know who this is. Yolanen? It's a umlaut above the Y, I believe. Yoloen? He gets a shot on net. 3.9. One faceoff likely is all that remains. We'll see if Jack Eichel can win against Nick Paul, as that top line for Tampa absolutely exhausted, forced to make a line change, and Eichel will get that face-off win. And we are going to take a 3-1 lead and a 3-1 victory away from the second-place Tampa Bay Lightning. And you love to see that. It was a goaltending display on both ends of the ice. Everybody doing their part. And it's a big win for the Vegas Golden Knights. And more importantly, a lot of good habits in this one. A lot of really smart defensive plays. Yeah, a couple of bad passes in the middle of the ice, but for the most part, it was a really solid defensive showing for the Golden Knights after a couple very sluggish games. Much better than our last episode, and we're going to take that 3-1 lead. Let's go, baby. You love to see that. I felt good about my game as well. That's a tough opponent over there. We managed to pull off a 9-7 save percentage in this one. All right. We got a skill point out of it as well. You love to see that. And we're going to go right over to the vision board. Where's vision? We're going to put a point right into vision. It's at 86, yet I still feel like it's not where it needs to be. So obviously the benchmark for this year's game is a lot higher for a good category there. Taking on the Minnesota Wilds, also doing very well in the game. Did we win that one? No, we lost that one 5-3 with another back-to-back upcoming. So you got to think we're getting one of these two games here. Won't be against Chicago as we win that one. But we are getting the second half again. So the coach is staying true to what he's done all year long. As Aiden Hill pulling off a 2-0 win against the Chicago Blackhawks. So very good to see him get back into form, especially after a 5-3 loss. But we're going to go into another really strong Nashville team. It goes from we go from Stammer's old team to Stammer's new team. We're going to look at the standings here. We have secured a playoff spot. You can see the X. Great to see. We knew that was coming. But the Oilers now leapfrogging over the Kraken. And they are only, 11 points behind us now? Still a really nice lead we got. But you just never know, man. You just never know. We'll do our last and final thing here before we close up this video. Is just to see how the boys performed in last game, as it is a back-to-back. Where is it? So 2-0. Who got... Said game-winning goal was Dorofeyev. So who got the other goal? It was Dorofeyev got the first goal, and it was Dennis Senko getting his 9th. So a fourth-line shift getting involved there. You love to see that. Not a big scoring offense. But it's great to see the boys getting a shutout for Aiden Hill, who's been electric all season long. But that's going to be it for us, guys. We've improved our record to 15-7-4 on this season. Actually really solid numbers there. 2.81 and a 914 save percentage. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you get notifications anytime a new video drops. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you back here in the next video. Bye, guys.